Hi, this is RJ, Project Development Director with Semper Custom Remodeling.
My name is Seth Wilson with Semper Custom Remodeling, and I was a project manager, and I am now the Director of Operations for the Black Mountain office of Semper.
I want to speak with you about one of my favorite additions we've done in the last year. This was a project down in the Cliffs, and, high-end communities like this with HOA guidelines and restrictive architectural covenants and that sort of thing, you're really confined by the rules, laws, and regulations. Basically, this family is a growing family. The owners of the home have kids who are having kids, so they're new grandparents, and they really wanted to create a space where the kids felt comfortable coming in and visiting this house, and had their own private area for them and their families.
For this addition, the main pain points for the homeowner were a ever-growing family. He has grandchildren coming into the fold, and this is a summer vacation home for him and his family to get together, who are dispersed throughout the country, and they all come together to spend the holidays, spend the summer, and enjoy the beauty of the western North Carolina mountains. With an ever-growing family, new mothers, new fathers will need a little bit more privacy, and so currently they did not have any bedrooms that were not right next to everyone else, so they wanted to put a efficiency suite apartment above their current garage.
So what we ended up doing was taking their garage space, which the house was kind of elled off like this, and your garage is over here, and basically ripping the roof off of it. Creating a second story, you can call it a mother-in-law suite, right? Or an in-law suite. And we put a kitchenette, full bath, walk-in closet, kind of a living room, as well as kind of a bedroom, right? So we were creating this basically an apartment for, one of the kids and one of the couples to basically just live it, right? And come downstairs when they needed to, but, have that privacy in that space.
To gain access into this new efficiency apartment, we put a set of stairs right next to the main entryway that does not take any of the main footprint of the house away. Traveling up the stairs, we put a door at the top to provide privacy for the family members that stay up there. We have a large primary bathroom, an extremely large great room/bedroom, and an efficiency kitchen, enough for somebody to make a midnight snack. The main goal for the homeowner was to make sure that the finishes inside the new addition matched the finishes within the rest of the home, so there was a cohesive flow from each of the areas.
So a big need for this client was from the exterior and interior. They wanted to match the finishes they had around the entire house. They wanted to make this space look like it existed the whole time. So we had a lot of really nice finishes to match, which we were able to do perfectly.
To help match the flow from the new addition to the main home, the homeowner hired a designer, Miss Heather Allen, who helped pick out everything from the floor to the tile to the wrapped beams that were proposed. She also elicited a closet organizer for the homeowner to figure out what would best fit the extremely large primary closet in that room as well.
We were able to provide this client with exactly what they needed. This additional space for a growing family. And we're seeing that with a lot of our clients, is these growing families and not enough space. So we see more additions every year coming into play. This one just happened to be my favorite. We were able to check all their boxes. We gave them more space. With the garage underneath and them coming to visit town frequently, they were really hoping they'd have a place to park their car and that the garage underneath wouldn't be too affected. That was another really big pain point for them. So we were able to basically just kind of take the garage ceiling up and just rip that off while keeping the drywall on the ceiling and not having to do much down there, so they were able to come visit comfortably. And, the sound of hammering and drilling was it. But once you pulled into that garage, you wouldn't have known the difference. It still looked the same. So it was a functional space that really checked their boxes and matched the existing home. So they're loving it. It's one of my favorite additions that we've done. It was a challenge working within guidelines and working with very specific finishes and that sort of thing, and matching those finishes. So it turned out perfect. The client is thrilled. They called us back for numerous more jobs now, and that's always a good sign of a happy client, not only with the project and craftsmanship, but with the company systems, processes, and all of that.